Hello, viewer. Thank you very much for staying tuned to Unity TV. Today is Friday, 20th September 2023, equivalent to the 14th of Rabiul Awal, 1445 after Hijrah. It's the news hour on Unity TV, and these are the headlines. Shell planned nationwide strike, NEC begs labor. Troops neutralize 191 terrorists, rescue 91 kidnapped victims. Again, tribunal sacks 2 Plateau PDP assembly members on the foreign scene. Republicans make their case at Biden impeachment inquiry. To come your way in sports, Bayern keeper Neuer returns to partial team training. Those were the headlines, and for their details and other stories, my name is Shoaibu Muhammad. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, has filed a fresh motion urging the United States Court to overrule President Bola Tinubu's request to stop Chicago State University from releasing his academic record. It will be recalled that Atiku had earlier secured an order from a U.S. magistrate for CSU to make Tinubu's academic records available to his legal team. The magistrate, Jeffrey Gilbert, had last week ordered Tinubu's alma mater to provide all relevant and non-privileged documents to Atiku's legal team within 2 days. But as the deadline given by the magistrate drew nearer, Tinubu's lawyers approached the U.S. High Court, arguing that the earlier decision by the magistrate needed to be reviewed by a district judge. But Atiku, in a fresh response filed on Wednesday in Chicago, Illinois, urged the court to overrule Tinubu's request in its entirety. Atiku is currently challenging Tinubu's emergence as the winner of the February 25 presidential election. The federal government yesterday asked the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, and its Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC, counterparts to shelve their planned nationwide indefinite strike from October 3, saying going ahead with the proposed industrial action will amount to a gross violation of a subsisting court injunction. The National Economic Council also yesterday appealed to the labor unions not to embark on the indefinite strike, asking both the federal government and labor to continue negotiations at the state level. The government said issues bordering on fuel subsidy removal, which informed the decision of the NLC and the TUC to declare the strike, are pending before the National Industrial Court. Speaking through the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Prince Lateef Fagbemi-San, the government wrote to the head of the legal team of the two unions, Mr. Femi Falana-San, urging him to persuade his clients to abort the planned strike. And bringing you back to Plateau State, the Plateau State Election Petition Tribunal in Jos on Thursday sacked 2 members of the State House of Assembly, Honorable Maureen Ishaku and Timothy Danton, representing Bokos and Riom constituencies, respectively, in the House of Assembly. The sacked lawmakers were elected on the platform of the People's Democratic Party in the last general election. The tribunal, however, declared Walanko Sylvester Ibrahim and Moses Dachum, all of the All Progressives Congress APC, winners of the election. The petitioners had earlier challenged the sponsorship of the lawmakers by the PDP on the grounds that their party does not have a structure and therefore not qualified to sponsor candidates for an election. In their separate judgments, Justices Muhammad Tukur and Omaka Olekwa said the petitioners had the local standing to challenge the sponsorship of the People's Democratic Party lawmakers. The justices therefore held that at the time of the election, PDP had no valid structure to sponsor a candidate at the party, as the party was still in disobedience to the court order of Justice S.P. Gang of the Plateau State High Court delivered on November 26, 2020, which ordered the party to conduct ward congresses. The Justice Tukur-led panel has so far sacked 8 PDP lawmakers, including reps and a senator, on the same ground and declared candidates that came second in the elections as winners. The Kaduna State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal, sitting in the state capital, has dismissed the petition filed by the People's Democratic Party and its candidate in the 2023 election, Isa Ashiru, against the victory of Governor Obasani of the All Progressives Congress. In a dissenting judgment of 2 against 1, delivered on Thursday, a 3-member panel headed by Justice Victor Oveavue dismissed the petition on the ground that the pre-hearing notice was filed out of time and therefore deemed to be abandoned. The tribunal chairman and another member held that the appeal brought by the PDP and Ashiru against the dismissal of their petition at the preliminary stage by the first and second defendants wasn't meritorious because the filing of the pre-hearing notice was abandoned and out of time and therefore had dealt the entire petition a fatal blow. However, the tribunal noted that if the petition had not been dismissed for lack of merit, it would have ordered a supplementary election in 22 polling units within 90 days in the substantive judgment. The PDP and Ashiru are challenging the declaration of Governor Obasani as the winner of the March 18th governorship election in Kaduna State. The need to use social media platforms to disseminate positive messages that would promote peaceful coexistence and social cohesion among community members has been stressed. This was stated on Thursday at the Media Literacy Seminar organized by Community Initiatives to Promote Peace (CIPP) held at Saro Center, Jos, the Plateau State capital. The workshop, which has its theme Using Social Media to Promote Peace Online and Offline, had participants from various communities from Plateau and Kaduna states, respectively.
How then can you contribute to peace? Number one, conflict reporting. Now you need to be responsible and having.
Speaking with Unity Radio and Television correspondent Shirin Matasa, Senior Program Officer of the CIPP, Taye said the seminar aimed at building capacity of community members to refrain from posting negative messages that could incite or cause civil unrest.
And how they can use their social media space to promote peace, like the Twitter, the Instagrams, just name them, because most of the triggers, violence we experience today, 30–40% of them are triggers from the social media, and most of them are false narratives. So we're trying to empower them to see how important these tools are to the stability of their community.
Some of the participants, Abdulmuminu Umar from Kachia, Kaduna State, and Joy Kekwe John from Yango community of Basa local government area, Plateau State, stressed the need for all and sundry to use social media platforms for peaceful coexistence and economic growth.
We're here to learn how we sit down together with our community and the rest. We want peaceful coexistence in the country, in the state, at all.
Then I'll try my best to avoid the negative aspects of using social media and focus on the positive aspects.
The project is funded by the US aid and currently taking place in northwest and north central geopolitical regions. And moving away from that, in furtherance of military and combat operations to rid the country of criminal elements, troops have neutralized 191 terrorists, rescued 91 kidnapped victims. Troops also arrested a total of 206 terrorists, all theft perpetrators and kidnappers, while a total of 104 Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorists and their families surrendered to troops across theaters of operation. Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, who briefed newsmen yesterday, stated that troops equally denied oil theft perpetrators the stealing of crude oil products, estimated at 388.46 million naira. Elaborating on the offensives, the DMO said in the North Central, troops of Operation Safe Haven neutralized 5 terrorists, arrested 24, and rescued 9 kidnapped hostages. The Ondo State House of Assembly has released 14 allegations of gross misconduct and financial impropriety against the Deputy Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa amid the impeachment move against him. Olamide Oladeji, Speaker of the Ondo State House of Assembly, released details of the allegations after Mr. Ayedatiwa was served notice of the gross misconduct to respond to them. Mr. Oladeji revealed that the allegations against Mr. Ayedatiwa include gross misconduct, abuse of office with actions likely to bring down the Ondo State government, financial recklessness, and publications in print media by media aides maligning the credibility of the governor. He reiterated that the Assembly has also asked the State Chief Judge, Olusegun Odushola, to set up a 7-member panel of inquiry to investigate the allegations against the Deputy Governor. The Joint Task Force of the Federal Capital Territory Administration (FCTA) on Thursday crushed more than 470 motorcycles impounded for operating illegally in the capital city, Abuja. The motorcycles were impounded by the task force during an operation that began from the car wash bus stop, Lugbe, through Gosa, Bill Clinton Drive, Trademore Estate, Lugbe Junction, and Kubwa. The news agency of Nigeria Now reports that over 400 motorcycles were earlier impounded and crushed on August 31 during a similar operation for the same offense. Mr. Obokutom Inya, Secretary, Transportation Secretariat, FCTA, told journalists during the exercise that the decision to crush the motorcycles was in line with the provisions of the law. Inya warned commercial motorcyclists to limit their operations to designated areas, stay clear of the city center, and stop constituting a security threat in the city. And that story takes us to the foreign scene. House Republicans have branded the first day of their impeachment inquiry against Joe Biden a success, saying they justified their case. But expert witnesses called by Republicans cautioned there was not yet enough proof for impeachment. Thursday's hearing was dominated by the business dealings of the president's son, Hunter, who Republicans allege was selling access to his father. The White House has called the inquiry a political stunt. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy announced a formal impeachment inquiry in early September to look into allegations that Hunter Biden engaged in improper business dealings that benefited the president. Republican James Comer of Kentucky, chairman of the Powerful Oversight Committee, said the panel would examine more than 24 pieces of evidence, including emails and bank records, which he said would reveal Joe Biden's corruption and abuse of public office. Following the hearing, he announced subpoenas that will force Hunter Biden and President Biden's brother James to release their personal and business bank records to the committee. Failure to comply with the order, which Mr. Comer called the next step in the investigation, could result in criminal charges. Mr. Biden has previously said he never discussed business with his son. We'll now look at some sports stories. Bayern Munich captain Manuel Neuer has returned to partial team training 10 months after breaking his leg in a skiing accident. The 37-year-old German took part in a goalkeeping drill with Sven Ulreich and Daniel Peretz, Bayern's 2 other keepers, as well as the team's outfield players on Thursday. Neuer, who has won 11 Bundesliga titles with Bayern, broke his leg in December. Neuer, who has won the Champions League twice with Bayern, had surgery on the lower leg fracture last year and was ruled out for the remainder of the 2022-2023 season. His return was delayed because of complications with his recovery. Bayern sporting director Christopher Friun said it is now only a matter of days before Neuer is available for selection, but did not give a specific date for his return. And that sports story brings us to the end of the news on Unity TV. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Shoaibu Muhammad Doro.